prices continue to grow slowly but steadily. With each passing day, the quotes are getting closer and closer to new record values. Currently, oil prices are still drifting around three-year highs, while market participants are still awaiting a reaction from the largest oil exporters. Russia and Saudi Arabia have repeatedly stated that they are not interested in excessive speculative activity, calling the current situation in the energy market a threat to the global economy. It is high time for vigorous and sustained efforts to tackle rising oil prices. Therefore, the countries may come to an agreement on a further increase in crude output. Today, such expectations are contributing to holding back more rapid growth in oil prices. At the same time, it's obvious that if no decision about an oil production hike is taken in the near future, the quotes will most likely extend gains. In the meantime, Brent crude oil continues to move around the highest level of 2018. There are only a few cents left to overcome this height. From a technical point of view, the asset is extremely overbought. A correction is long overdue. However, the market stubbornly ignores these signals. Trading excitement continues to drive the quote up. If the price consolidates above $87 per barrel, the benchmark will have every chance of approaching the level of $90 per barrel. Speaking of the foreign exchange market, the Russian currency is still trading around its one-year high. However, the energy market excitement is not the only reason for the ruble's bullish dynamics. Thanks to the decision of Russia's central bank to raise the key interest rate to 7.5% from 6.75%, the ruble has become attractive to investors. Against this background, the prospects of rising government bond yields have become brighter, which could be a strong driver for the currency. Growth is inevitable. Foreign investors will be interested in attracting funds from Europe or the United States at lower rates and investing them in Russia, but with much higher returns. Therefore, the near-term outlook for the ruble is quite positive. The dollar-ruble pair reached the psychological level of 70 for the first time since June 2020. However, the pair failed to fall below it. As a result, the price pulled back and stood still. Speculative interest is rather high, and the market is waiting for a clear signal indicating the pair's further movement. If the price consolidates above 70.65, the volume of long positions will increase. Alternatively, if the price fixes below the level of 70 rubles per dollar on the daily chart, a sell signal will be created. As for gold, its outlook is also positive. Following relative stagnation, the precious metal recouped losses and returned to the highest levels hit 2 weeks ago. It's still unclear whether gold will extend gains or not, but the prospects are quite good. After all, gold is still considered one of the main safe haven assets. In anticipation of the upcoming Federal Open Market Committee's meeting, tension will only increase. This means that gold will have a chance of gaining in value. Gold futures are expected to edge higher. The local resistance level of 1,800 has been broken, and the subsequent pullback clearly signals high speculative interest. Thus, in the long term, a further increase in gold futures is highly likely. If gold prices consolidate above 1,800, the way to the next target of $1,830 per troy ounce will open. As you can see, sentiment in both commodity and foreign exchange markets is bullish. The only question that remains is how quickly and how far the assets will gain in value. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching and see you back soon.